We ready for y'all. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nikki Smokes. You are listening to the Smoke Show. Y'all already know what time it is.
It's Buffalo week.
Week. It's Buffalo week. Buffalo week. That Ravens win was cute. 6 touchdowns, great. I'm happy with it. None of that shit means anything anymore. It's Buffalo week. It's up. We have the opportunity to be the new king of the East. And to be honest with you, if you want to be the man, you have to beat the man. And we have not beat this man in the last 7 times. Shout out Tracy. Thank you for joining in. She's a Bills fan. Bobby, you absolutely destroyed her on Twitter today, but hey, it's Buffalo week, so that's
it wasn't directed. It wasn't directed at her, bro. It's just Bills fans in general calling them. I forget the words, generous or something, and kind. I've been to that stadium. Maybe they treat their own folks that way, but not the guys wearing the Dolphins jerseys and the other colors. And I get the animosity. It should be a bit of animosity between teams. But stabbing a stuffed dolphin, I've had drinks dumped on me, I've had popcorn thrown at me, everything there. So to call them generous, no. Do I somewhat respect it in some weird, sick, twisted way? Maybe a little bit I do. But this week, bro, I'm changing up the diet. It's no buffalo wings. We're not having buffalo wing dip on Sunday. All that shit's out. When it's Buffalo week, it's hate. It's on site, and I'm ready for it. Smoke said it best. To be the man, you have to beat the man. And now the Dolphins are presented with a tremendous opportunity to not only do that, but to boost themselves to 3-0. And when those new NFL power rankings come up, I would be looking for the Dolphins to be sitting at number 1 atop the leaderboard. So this game is huge, monstrous. All the stakes are on the line. And it's an opportunity, baby. The Dolphins truly have an opportunity to shock the world and make some fucking noise this week. So for that,
I think this is our biggest game in the last 20 years. Now, mind you, I'm 23 years old. The last time the Dolphins won a playoff game was in 2000. I couldn't even wipe my own ass. And since then, we've played in 2 playoff games. We lost both of them. We got manhandled in both of them. But I truly believe that with the roster that we currently have and what we put on for the first 2 games, we're 2-0 and we're at home. And the Buffalo Bills, the cream of the crop, right? They're already calling them Super Bowl champions. They're 2-0. They're 2-0. The team that has never won a Super Bowl in their entire franchise history that went to 4 straight, lost all 4 of them, they're already Super Bowl champs, right? They're already Super Bowl champs. Everyone's crowning them Super Bowl champs. And look, they are a fantastic football team. Josh Allen is probably the best or second best quarterback in the NFL. Their defense has been outstanding. But hey, man, we're good. Like, this is not some pushover Dolphin team. And look, I already know what they're thinking. Oh, well, we've whooped your ass the last 7 times we played. Well, if you want to keep living in your yearbook, I could just turn the pages back a couple more years, and I'll remind you that the Miami Dolphins spanked the Buffalo Bills' ass 20 straight times in a row. We beat the Bills 20 games in a row. This is a new year. Okay, you're not guarding Mac Hollins. You're not guarding Devontae Parker. Okay, you're not going up against Jesse Davis. You got Teron Armstead now. You got Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. I mean, these boys are fast. We got playmakers. I'm not look, until I see us beat Buffalo with my own eyes, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we're going to win this game 100%. No. But do I think the Bills are just going to come into our house and bend us over and slap us on our ass like they have? Absolutely fucking not. And the Bills know that, man. If they want to come into Miami on their backs and hungover because they went to 11 on Saturday night, be my guest, because this team's going to smack you in the mouth. We're going to smack you in the mouth. You're not going to just come in here and then you're just going to bend us over. It's not happening. It is not happening. If that does happen, we are a fraud football team. If they come into our house with the best roster we've ever constructed in the last 20 years, and we're 2-0, and they whip our ass, we are a fraudulent football team. Fraudulent football team. End of story.
It simply can't happen. It has to be a competitive game. If the Dolphins were to fall short but put up a fight in a competition where they're there for all 4 quarters, hey, I can hang my hat and rest myself on that. No moral victories in football. I agree with that wholeheartedly, but it would at least give me something because the Bills have been beating everyone. They've won 20 straight games by 10 or more points. They've been beating everyone, and the Dolphins are no exception. We've been getting our ass spanked. I've walked into that stadium many times and left a sad sack of shit because the Bills just beat our ass. Hell, my first Dolphins game ever was last year, Dolphins home opener versus the Bills. We got absolutely spanked. I left the game in the third quarter and had to go walk by myself down the road for 3 miles because I was thinking about jumping into that traffic. It was not good. And this year, I need to see the Dolphins fans show up. It feels different. It feels lively. I don't see the Bills coming in and taking up 35% of those seats in that stadium. Them Dolphins fans better come out and show out.
You still that's the one thing that has me nervous is the Bills fans showing up because, dude, hear me out. I know we sold out season tickets for the first time and probably since Marino retired. Every single time
it's always like
I walk into that stadium and we play Buffalo, I'm embarrassed because I love this fucking team. I've had season tickets since I was born. Okay, I was fortunate enough. I grew up in a family where my whole childhood was, we're going to the Dolphin game on Sunday. That's where all the family's gonna meet up. Like that was my childhood, and ever since I've been going to these games, Buffalo's taken over our stadium. Now, in the early 2000s, when the Dolphins had a great defense, maybe they didn't take it over as bad because Buffalo sucked. But even when they suck, those fans show out every single year, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off more than getting beat, bro, because it's like, well, we're at home. And then all of a sudden, you see all these goddamn Bills fans, and they're just raising hell. Like, it's like on third down, when our offense is on third down, I'm like, dude, it sounds like we're on the fucking road.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's ridiculous. And to all the Dolphin fans out there, stop selling your tickets to them. I don't care. Stop selling your tickets to them. Like, especially this year. 2019, when we were tanking on purpose, I don't care if you sell it to a goddamn Bills fan. But this is the biggest game that we've had in the last 20 years, in my opinion. I mean, we have a legitimate juggernaut. They're already the Super Bowl champs. Everyone's calling they're Super Bowl champs. They're plus 350 in Vegas. If you want to bet on the team to win the Super Bowl, they are plus 350 2 weeks into the season. 2 weeks into the season. And they're coming into our house. We need to be loud. We need to be arrogant. We need to do what they do. Bobby was going to games in Buffalo. They're stabbing stuffed dolphins at him. When he's 5 years old, the kid's got trauma from it. They're pegging beer cans at us. Fuck them. Facts. Fuck them. You want to come into our house? Let's give it back. No more of this Buffalo taking over shit in Miami. I don't know if we got to start a GoFundMe or if you guys just got to get off of fucking South Beach, get in your goddamn car, and drive 15 minutes to a football game. I don't know. Tell me what we need to do because it's ridiculous, man. That's what pisses me off more than anything. I hate that. I hate it so much. And there's nothing that I can do about it except sit here and complain.
And bro, you ripped it with the, like, if you're a Dolphins fan and you have season tickets to this game, 1A, you should be doing everything in your power to be there because this is this is the premier home game the Dolphins play this year. This is number one. This is the big one. So if you have season tickets to the Dolphins, you should be going to that game. And if you can't make it to that game, you should be selling it, giving it to a Dolphins fan who's going to take your spot and go root for the team. I that drives me so crazy. I was so shell-shocked when I walked in there and saw how many Bills fans they were. It drives me absolutely crazy. So if you have Dolphins tickets and you can't make it, you better be giving them to a Dolphins fan, not selling them to Bills. I think that's one of the coolest things about English Premier League soccer that I learned when I went to England the last summer. Is it's illegal to sell your tickets to another team. And if you wore a different team's jersey in the stands, you'd get kicked out of the game. I think we need to start inventing that in America, but that's just a side tangent.
All right, I just got to apologize for being late, but now that I'm here, I see what we're saying. I'm from Toronto, so like Bobby, I go to Bills games a lot. Dude, we got trauma and stuff too, man. They do some crazy shit down there, and we need to give it back. Now, with that being said, the thing that I get upset about is if you're there, you need to be loud, you need to be proud. Me and Bobby, we're in Toronto, we're not in Miami, we can't be there. We would fucking kill to be at these games. We want to have those season tickets. Obviously, they've just sold out, like Nikki said, since Dan Marino retired. If you're going to this game, you need to be loud, dude. Loud as fuck. Because when we go into Buffalo, I'm scared because I'm like, dude, they're so loud. Tua can't get the play call in, all these types of things,
dude,
right?
They're loud That's what we need to do. Dude.
That's what we need to do in our home stadium. It should be the case. Obviously, we want our team to be good enough where they're writing us off and they're checking us off as a team. Oh, man, we got to go to Miami. But especially at home, There's stadiums that are known for being loud. 12th man in Seattle when they are in their prime. Dude, people should be thinking, oh shit, we have to go to Miami. And they're already worried about the heat. Now they're worried about this juggernaut that we have in a roster. They should be in addition to that, they should have to worry about the noise, about the fans going crazy, about the atmosphere, because that's what it should be, an experience, an atmosphere. You should be going fucking nuts. And if you're not going to be going fucking nuts at this game, I don't know what game you're going to be going nuts at.
Here's the thing, Jay. So I was born and raised in South Florida. Here's the reason why it doesn't get like that. One, people think they're too cool. Like there's just a bunch of rich people that don't want to get up and get loud and get down. They're not like that. Two, it's not a sports town. It's not. I love South Florida. I love the Miami Heat. I love the Miami Dolphins. I go to the games all the time. If I cared about baseball, I would go watch the Marlins play, but I'd rather sit here, chew glass, and gargle it than watch baseball. But I ride and die for. I love the Florida Panthers. It's not a sports town. It's not a sports town. And number three, all these motherfuckers, maybe not motherfuckers, there are a lot of nice people that they're from Buffalo, they're from New York, they're from Boston, and they all moved down here because they hate shoveling snow at 5:30 in the morning. They hate having their nutsack in their stomach because it's 15 degrees out, and they move down here to gorgeous South Florida, and they bring their shitty teams here. And then the one time of year that they're like, oh, let's go root for our team that we lived there 10, 15 years ago, and they go to that game. That's why. That's why. Because no one down here, I don't know about you, Bobby. I know you visited, but if you're born and raised in South Florida, I'm not going to be like, yo, I want to move to Rochester. I want to move to by Orchard Park.
Yeah, I feel like the tourist.
Oh, I want to go pay. I want to go pay state income tax. I want to do that. That sounds fun. They don't do that. So then they come down here and they bring their stupid football teams and soccer teams and hockey. They bring all that shit down with them. It's true. Probably AIDS too. They bring it all down. They bring it all down.
Not the HIV.
And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
In Toronto, we experienced that a lot too because Leafs tickets, Raptors tickets are very expensive, so people don't get down. The thing is, they're crazy expensive. Like for the lower, like I remember, man, I was pissed right when the pandemic happened. I got tickets to a Raptors Nuggets game to go with my boy. He's a Nuggets fan, right? To see Jokic. So, and those got canceled, which by the way fucking sucks. But basically, they're really expensive. So like you're saving up to go there. The thing is, once the playoffs hit and once these big games hit, especially when the Raptors became like elite, that's when you saw people just going fucking nuts, which is what you need. This roster should bring that out of you. I don't give a fuck if you're 65 years old. Unless you're going to die because you're cheering for this team, go fucking crazy, dude. Go nuts. Because, again, like I said.
Or die. Die at the game.
That's how I want to die.
If you're not going nuts at this game, what are you doing? I will say this right now. In the last, I don't know how many years, other than the Bills game at the end of Tua's rookie season and the Titans game, there is no bigger game than right now. Genuinely, I don't think there is. Yep. The Pittsburgh game in the playoffs, we got fucking whooped. We got spanked. That wasn't even a big game.
Matt Moore would play quarterback. I think, dude, our third string quarterback played a snap in that game.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was horrible.
I think it was Tyler Thigpen.
This is the biggest game, right. And I'll say this. I'll be honest, the last couple of years, our roster wasn't as talented. This is a real chance to make the playoffs. And again, like we talked about, we had these one game to make the playoffs. If we had beat the Jags or Falcons earlier in that year, we should have made it. So games at the beginning of the season matter. The 2-0 start matters. We're notorious for having poor starts. At the start of to his rookie season, the Fitzpatrick, he threw so many interceptions against the Patriots and the Seahawks, all that type of stuff. We are finally off to a good start, and we have a chance to be. By the way, I was watching NFL Network. We have a chance to become the face of the NFL if we beat this Buffalo Bills team. The face of the NFL. Everyone's going to be talking about Tua. Everyone's going to be talking about Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Shit, they'll be talking about Zach Sealer, and he won't be the most underrated player in the NFL anymore because if we beat the Bills, they'll be talking about us all the time. Now, that sucks for Zach Sealer because we can't say that about him, but that's fantastic for the team. It's been so long since we've talked about Miami. When's the last time we had a quarterback leading the league in passing yards? And we could look at those graphics on Twitter and say, wow, it's our guy. Or the receiving yards. Wow, it's our guys. We have never been able to do that ever. It's been Devontae Parker. It's been Ryan Tannehill. It's finally time to let loose and fucking go here, man. We have the Bills coming into town. I've talked about it how many times, how we might get smacked. Not smacked, but we have not that much life going into Buffalo on that after 3 road trip. Like, it's a big road trip. This is the chance to beat the Bills. Not let Sean McDermott be our daddy anymore. Not let Josh Allen be our daddy anymore because they've slapped us around. They don't even feel a threat in us from before.
They don't.
But now
here
we are.
I was watching a Bills YouTuber. I'm not going to say his name because I'm going on a show with them on Friday, but he doesn't know that I'm like this other dude's guest. And I'm not trying to say too much because I wrote down all these notes, all these receipts, and I'm going to absolutely grill them. Dude, like they think they're just going to come into Miami and absolutely spank us.
Perfect.
The guy said that we're not on his shit list. He's like, I don't like the Patriots. I don't like this team. I don't like that team. But I like the Dolphins because all we do is beat you. Okay, bet.
But that is not the case anymore. That was the Brian Flores-led teams. That was Ryan Tannehill-led teams. That was teams not led by Tyreek Hill and Mike McDaniel. By the way, Mike McDaniel, I think, is a fantastic coach. People don't talk about that enough right now. We need to go. By the way, smash that like button, like Destiny says. But, dude, this is our time, again, to become the face of the NFL. Dolphins logos everywhere. I mean everywhere. If we beat the Bills, and by the way, God forbid Tua has a clean game where he throws no picks and just goes off for touchdowns. God knows what will happen to Twitter. God knows what will happen to the national media. Because, by the way, listen, I know the answer to this, he has to beat the Bills. Dude, if 6 touchdowns isn't going to get you to believe in him for 1 week, what will, dude? You went down into a game, into a quarter, down 35-14, and we still have people saying, he's throwing to wide open receivers. Bro, when Patrick Mahomes throws a 6-yard screen to Tyreek Hill and he's juking everyone, he runs 75 yards, he gets those passing yards, dude. That's not like, now people are saying because we have elite receivers, Tua doesn't get like credit for that. Are you kidding me? What about Joe Burrow?
I'm not worried about.
Don't listen to those idiots.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the fact
I care
is,
about what Colin Cowherd's got to say, dude.
If you beat Buffalo,
if we beat Buffalo,
all that goes
everything
silent. Everything.
If we beat Buffalo, we're a Super Bowl favorite, and that's the only reasonable thing. They are the Super Bowl favorites.
Face of the NFL. That's what's on the line.
Beating them would be the biggest win in the last 20 years. And I
can say that.
We haven't won a playoff game in 20 years. This would be the biggest win, and it's not going to be easy. Like, no, it's not. I don't care who's hurt on their team. They are a well-oiled
wagon. They're
machine.
A wagon.
They are whipping teams' ass. They beat the shit out of the Rams. They beat the dog piss out of the Titans. And I could tell you what, man. Like, if we get our ass whipped like that, it don't matter to me. Like, because honestly, after this game, after the Bills game, our schedule gets very easy. And I don't care if we win those next 7 games. Cool. And then we could win a game in LA or both of them, and then we're going to get whipped in Buffalo. Because if we can't beat them down here, we ain't beating them over there when it's fucking 15 degrees out. I promise you that. And then say everything else works, right? We go to the playoffs, and then what? If we play Buffalo, we get whooped like the Patriots did? I don't want that.
Hey, happened with San Fran, bro. When they
You're
lost,
right. It happened with San Fran. They swept the Rams, and then they beat them in the NFC Championship game.
It's happened more than just that example. That's just the most recent one. I want a competitive game. I want the Dolphins to win. What I don't want to happen is say the Dolphins lose by 2 scores. For me, I know Smoke feels differently based on how he said it. Like, if the Dolphins lose by 2-3 scores, it won't be the end of the world to me. It'd be disappointing, and it would notch down my expectations back again. Because at this point, I think we can compete with anybody. We can give anybody a game. We might not always come up on top, but we're going to give any team in the league a game. And if we play Buffalo this week and we don't give them a game, that'll kind of set me back down a little bit. But it won't end it. It won't make me say we're frauds. We can't compete the rest of the year. The season's over. Like, long season. Buffalo has built – they're honestly genius. They've built such a good team in all the right areas. I mean, their front 7 is disgusting. Their 2 elite safeties cover up the secondary mess. They got solid linebackers, solid offensive line, and then Josh Allen. So this is a great, great team. Yep. So us losing to the Bills it'll discourage me a little bit, but it won't make me throw in the towel and make me want to die.
It depends how we lose, though, Bobby.
I agree. But I'm saying,
like, look, if we lose 31-28 and it's a dogfight and we're competing and it's like, damn, if we would have got 1 extra possession, maybe we could have won the game. I'm not a moral victory guy, but the way Buffalo's been whooping people's ass, I would feel great heading over to Cincinnati. I'd feel great going all the way down the schedule, and I'd feel great going over there to play them in Buffalo. Because the first half, and look, I know it's 4 quarters. Because if we went just off the first half, the Ravens would have beat us, right? But every time we play Buffalo, it's close in the first half, at least the last 2 times. At home, it was 14-0. The offense was abysmal, and Tua broke his ribs like 2 plays into the game. And then at Buffalo, we had a chance to go up at halftime, And Gesicki comes over in motion, and they snap the ball. They got it all mixed up, and we fumble, and they recover, and the game was over after that.
Oh, those are bad
But
memories.
it's not like it was 28-0 at halftime the last 2 times we played them. And with the roster that we have now, we are built to compete. And being a 7-point underdog at home is disrespectful. In a divisional game, sign me up. I don't care that it's Buffalo. I don't care that they beat the piss out of the Tennessee Titans. And I don't give a damn that they beat the Rams. I don't care. 7-point dog in a divisional game
At
with
home.
Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, with their corners. And look, I feel bad. Like I feel bad. I watched what happened. But that secondary against this receiving core, I mean, come on, man. We should give them problems. Like they should be
Serious
worried
problems.
about game planning for the Miami Dolphins right now. They should be worried, and we should be worried about them because I'm petrified of Josh Allen. It's 3rd and 7. You have everything locked up. He's like, oh, I'm too big, stiff arm, spin move. Oh, Kyle Van Noy, eat dirt. And then he's wrist throwing the ball 25 yards to the other fucking hash mark. And some nobody that you've never heard of in the back of the end zone catching a touchdown. But I expect this game to be fireworks, and I will be betting this game on BetUS. Sign up, the link below. Just click it. It's in the description. Nikki Smokes, you deposit $100, you get 125. You could bet it if it's legal in your state.
Yeah.
I'll be betting the Dolphins +7 because why would I not? It's the biggest game of all time. I'll be at the game. I'm going to convince Bobby to bet the Dolphins +7, and I'll get Jay to bet on the Dolphins +7. So hit the link in the description. If you deposit $100, you get 125. So you're welcome.
I mean, a free
And you better use it to bet on
125.
the
A free
Bro, free-
125.
that's free dough.
$125. Free
That's beautiful.
money. Free money. Anyway, speaking about betting, the total's at 53.5. I cannot remember the last time the Miami Dolphins have been in a football game where the total is at 53.5 points. And I think it's going to fly over. I think Stephon Diggs is going to give us problems. Josh Allen's obviously going to give us problems.
Diggs, bro.
Gabe Davis, like if we like him one-on-one with Cater Kohu or Nick Needham, that could be a problem. But I also think our wide receivers are going to give them a problem. And here's the thing. The Bills can't run the ball, and we can't run the ball. We got 2 teams that can't run the ball. We try to run the ball. We kind of ran the ball last week, but we were losing 35-14. So you can't really run it that much when you're losing 35-14. But based off what I've seen, the Bills can't run. We can't run. The Bills can pass. The Dolphins can pass. I think the game's going to fly over. And the only way that I don't see this game going over 53.5 points, and the only way I see the Miami Dolphins getting bent over and smacked is if the Buffalo defensive front 7 just wreaks havoc. Like if Teron Armstead all of a sudden isn't an all-pro left tackle, and if Greg Little gets absolutely bamboozled and bent over, that is the only way that this game doesn't fly over, and the only way the Dolphins lose. That's the they could lose other ways, but like get smacked. That's the only way I could see it going.
Yeah, I mean that really is the factor right there. Is the Dolphins? I think the biggest thing the Dolphins have to do is they have to protect Tua. They have to be great up front. And this week, 2 big areas that I'm looking for the Dolphins to improve on from last week, massive areas, because you don't usually win football games like you did last week doing this. We lost the turnover battle last week. Cannot lose the turnover battle this week. Whether that stays at 0-0, fine. You'd love the defense to come up with one, but if it's that way, 0-0, fine. Cannot lose that turnover battle. Number 2, cannot lose the penalty battle. We got out-penaltied 8-1 last game. Can't do it. This team is a better football team. So you have to clean those little areas up. And then Tua has to be great on 3rd down again, great in the red zone again. And these are things I fully expect from him now. I'm not sitting here hoping, please, Tua, please be good on 3rd down. Please be good. Like I've seen it with my own 2 fucking eyes. So you better go out there and be good on 3rd down. And I think our offensive line needs to step up, needs to have a big game. But when you look at this over, man, Smoke ripped it. How do you stop this Dolphins offense? I don't see a way to stop this passing game, especially when they have both of their safeties, which are all pro, both great players, both of them hurt. Micah Hyde looks pretty serious. Their corners are all out. No Tre'Davious White. We don't have Byron Jones. They don't have Tre'Davious White. It just seems like both sides of the field should be just up and down. But I'm hoping our defense can play. I'm hoping we can shut them down. Stephon Diggs does worry me. You've seen what he's been doing to the NFL this year.
He's fucking fantastic.
And we need Xavier Howard to be okay, because I saw he popped up with a little groin today. That is a bit concerning. But X does tend to get some veteran rest days. I'm hoping that was more just a precautionary veteran rest. But Xavier Howard needs to step his shit up. This is a game for Xavier Howard, man. You're going to be matched up on Steph Diggs, a top receiver in the league all year, all game. You should be matched up on him. And I want to see you take him away a little bit. Steph's going to get his. That's how it goes in the NFL. Corner's the hardest position outside of quarterback, in my opinion. So he's going to get his, but we need X to come up. And we need a turnover. We need a pick or something, man. Because we're not going to beat the Bills, I don't think, without a couple turnovers.
Maybe adding to that point, and we saw it in this Baltimore game. Obviously, we weren't at home, but this is going to cause even more effect. Obviously, I know it's going to be raining, maybe. Maybe there's a little humidity because of the rain, but it's hot. It is very, very hot in Miami. And you know what Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle do? They make you run. They make you run down the field, up the field. Like there was a stat that like their defensive backs ran so many yards, like one of the most yards in the whole week or whatever it is. Basically, you make them run. The perimeter speed is different. By the end of the game, listen, these guys are super athletes. I know that. They'll be somewhat tired. They'll be gassed. You're following Tyreek Hill every fucking play. You're following Jalen Waddle every play. So in that second half, utilize that. Utilize that. They're going to be tired. So use that to your advantage when you're throwing these bombs, when you're throwing intermediate down the field. These corners will be tired. So use that to your advantage. That's just something that I kind of picked up on. It's like, these guys are going to be tired, man. You're following these receivers the entire game. Like, you're going to be gassed, and you have to use that to your advantage. Again, that's your time to take the deep shots, obviously, when they're open. But in the second half, that will be a major advantage, especially. And it works so well because we're in Miami, the Miami Heat. Like, it's going to be hot, at least from what I know about Miami. It's going to be super, super hot. So you got to use that to your advantage. With that being said, about the over, I'm taking that too. It just kind of makes sense. Obviously, both starting corners are out. Tre'Davious White, Byron Jones. It should be a little bit of a pass fest, just because you saw Nick talk about we don't really have a run game right now. Like, listen, we love the 84 yards or whatever it was. 28 of those came on the last run in that last drive. So give me the over, but man, you have to utilize that perimeter speed, like we said, and it's going to be tough.
It's gonna have to be more than just hot outside to beat Buffalo. We have to play a perfect game. We have to play a perfect game, and we have to create turnovers. And here's the one thing I think we have in our advantage, because I'm sorry, my sinuses are crazy right now. I'll never forget when Noah Igbenogany made his first NFL start, and it was against Stephon Diggs. And I said, oh, my God, this kid is getting absolutely cooked. I mean, you put him in a deep fryer, and he comes back out of that thing, and you don't even know what he is anymore. Like, he looked like a deep-fried sock. It
was tough.
Deep-fried sock. And we have that advantage against Buffalo this week. They have two rookie corners. One's a sixth-rounder, and he actually beat out Kyer Elam, who was their first-round pick. So they got two rookie corners, and if Micah Hyde doesn't play, I mean, that goes in our favor. Dane Jackson, we all saw what happened with him.
Yeah, wishing for a recovery for him, man. Wow.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I want the Bills to be as healthy as possible. It sounds crazy, but like if we're gonna beat the man, I want to beat the fucking man.
Factually.
Like if we beat Buffalo and they didn't have Josh Allen out there, like I'm not hype. Like I'm not taking that.
Yeah,
as,
dude. Apparently, Dolphins fans are talking about how we hope that the Bills win against the Titans because then they won't be as mad. Like if they lose, they're gonna be angry and realistic. No, I want them at their angriest. I want them. Also, it makes no sense for them to win. Like we want them to lose as many games as possible. We want to win the division. Anyways, that was a really stupid thing that I saw going around. Like, let's have them win so that they're not as mad and angry.
I wish Buffalo was 0-2 right now.
I want to beat the Buffalo Bills when they're at their best, or else we're not shit. Because teams beat us when we're not our best, and we feel slighted. We're like, dude, we weren't at our best. What do you want us to do? I want to beat them at their best, because if we beat them at their best, then say hello to the Miami Dolphins, the new Miami Dolphins. So just to speak on that point, man, I saw that was really stupid that I saw like going around. You want to beat this team at their best. You want to beat them at their healthiest. That's what you want to do. You don't want to beat, again, like he was alluding to. If we beat them without Josh Allen, that says nothing. That says nothing about this team. That says nothing about this organization as a whole. This is really a chance to show that we are past all the Brian Flores. We are past all the history. And this is like a new team, like a new organization through and through with Mike McDaniel. Like this is a new, like, I don't know how to say it, but it's just
new culture.
Just new culture. That's a perfect word. Just new everything.
That is the way that can transform the organization.
Transform it forever.
It could transform the organization. Here's the thing with Buffalo. So, like, they've been terrible. They've been terrible. They've been just as poverty as the Dolphins have been. They got their asses whipped. 2018 came along, and I remember the game where I was like, yo, this team's going to be good next year. And they were playing Tom Brady and the Patriots. And I remember, I forgot who was calling the game. They're like, Buffalo's got like the second youngest roster in the league, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yo, these cats are playing with the Pats right now. And then next year, Brady left. I don't think Josh Allen ever beat Brady when he was in New England. But Brady left. And, dude, it was the Buffalo show after that. 2019 whipped our ass. 2020 whipped our ass. 2021 whipped our ass. But I believe we're in that same position that Buffalo was in 2018. Like, we have that young roster. Like, and we have those dogs. And if we go out there and we start competing with the big dog and we show our worth, hell yeah, we're right there in the rearview mirror. Because I'm looking top to bottom. We match up well. You know, I mean, I'm not saying we have a better roster than Buffalo right now. Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, they're not on their safeties levels yet, but they're almost there. I would take our wide receiver core over Buffalo. I would take our running backs over Buffalo. Buffalo's front seven is elite. Ours is right there. You know, like I think our front seven hasn't been as good as it should be and as good as it needs to be to beat the Buffalo Bills, but it's a new week. And look, man, it's the first 4 weeks of the season. You know, like guys don't play preseason nowadays. Everyone's trying to get into flow. Everyone's trying to get into rhythm. Everyone's trying to find their identity, right? You're trying to find out what schemes work. You look at what happened last week with Baltimore. Our defense looked like it did last year the first 7 weeks. I was like, dude, we suck again. Second half, they make an adjustment. We give up 10 points. We end up winning the game. McDaniel opens up the playbook. Was there one busted coverage? By the way, it was one. When Tyreek Hill smokes your cornerback and your safety when you bring in a blitz, that's not a busted coverage. That's Tyreek Hill cooking your ass. That's what he does. Now, the game-winning touchdown, was it a broken coverage? Sure. But was the spin move rollout that Tua absolutely put that guy in a blender? Is that a free touchdown? The one that he threw to Gesicki, was that a free, easy touchdown? No. So stop the bullshit with that. But like I'm saying, man, like we have the team that can compete, and all they have to do is take that next step. And you're 2-0, and you're at home, and you're a 7-point underdog. If you don't come out there feeling some type of way, you're a sorry-ass football team. If we don't go out there and we're not fighting and we're not competing, we are a sorry-ass football team. I don't care that they got Josh Allen. I don't care. I do not care. I understand he is an elite generational talent. But my God, if he's not going anywhere, you know? Like, it's not like he's 45 years old. He's a young stud. That's what he is. He's a beast. And if you want to just get bent over and shoved it up your ass like we did with Tom Brady for 20 years, then be my guest and roll over here and get steamrolled. Do it. See how many people buy season tickets next year if you go out there, you get steamrolled by Buffalo. Do it, man. I'm begging you. You cannot go out there and get steamrolled. It's a statement game. We have everything to gain and nothing to lose. For them, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for them. They lose this game. Oh, they'll be like, oh, well, he wasn't healthy. They weren't healthy. Oh, da-da-da-da. They're still the Bills. They're still the Bills, right? We have everything to gain winning this game, man. And it is so big for our fan base and our franchise as a whole to go out there and win this game. Now, to beat the Buffalo Bills, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. No one's done it. I don't think anyone scored more than 10 points on them. I don't think anyone scored more than 10 points on them. But you cannot get your ass whipped by this team. You cannot get your ass whipped by this team, man. It's not possible. It's not. It cannot happen.
And we've talked a ton about the culture change and people buying in and how we're starting to see it come to fruition. Well, right now, the Dolphins have won 7 straight home games. So let's go beat Buffalo, make it 8. And then all of a sudden, people are looking at the Dolphins like, holy shit, they have a legit home field advantage. We don't want to come to Miami to play them because it's hot, the fans are loud, and they're a damn good football team. Because that's the respect I want to start getting. When CBS starts mocking out what reporters they're going to send and who's getting the A-team coverage, that should be going to Miami versus Buffalo 10 times out of 10. Instead, they're sending Romo and Nance to a Colts Chiefs game. It's fucking ridiculous. It's disrespectful, to be quite honest, because this is the best football game of the week. This might be one of the better football matchups you could make on paper. 2-0 teams, division rivals, playing each other week 3. Like, that is a phenomenal game, and we're getting disrespected by not even getting the A team, and that bothers me. It truly does. So I want to go out there. I want to lay a statement and show Miami Dolphins should be on national TV more often. Miami Dolphins should get 5 primetime games more often. People should want to watch this team. And I think that going out there and beating the Bills does exactly that. Or going out there hanging with the Bills, having a great game. It shows we're not pretenders. We didn't just have some aberration in the second half last week where we were able to score all these points. Like, this is a real fucking football team. And this week proves it, man. It really does. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm all the emotions are flowing. It's only Wednesday.
I can't stop thinking about the game.
I have no idea how Sunday morning is going to work. Like, I might have to take like as much NyQuil as I can Saturday night so I can try and sleep into like 10:30. But Lord knows that won't happen. So the stress is already building over here for me. I can't imagine how everybody else feels.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before I give it to you, Jay, before Jay, hold up. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We just hit 1.2. We're trying to hit 2K. We got 80 live people. We just had 85. So if you left, you're a schmuck. But if you're still here, I love you. I love you. Even if you're Bills Mafia, I appreciate you. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. Jay.
Bro, we got promo codes now. Smoke gives away jerseys. What are you guys doing? Subscribe.
Yeah, I'm giving away jerseys.
Monday, Wednesday,
yeah, if you're
Friday,
not here, you're missing a chance to get free jerseys, free bets.
I'm giving you free money. You deposit $100, you get $125 back. The link is in the description. We're moving up. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up. We're moving up in the world.
If you're not tuned in, what are you doing? What are you doing at 5 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Yeah, like, you're getting off work. Your boss has absolutely just manhandled you all day. You're the one putting in the work. He's just fucking bitching at you. And then you're like, all right, let me get some Dolphins talk. And I preach to you, and you get relieved. You go home, you have dinner, you have sex with your wife, and you wake up a new man. You're welcome.
Grab a beer, smoke a joint, and watch the smoke show, baby. Come on.
Yes, sir, baby. I don't know. You guys said everything I wanted to say, man. This is franchise changing. I mean, we've talked about this Bills roster. They're fantastic. Super Bowl favorite for a reason. There's not too much to say other than that. I just think, man, what a win can do for this franchise in this week 3 regular season game.
Yep.
Think about that. That's all it is.
Crazy.
If you put it down simplistically. But if you look at it, the context surrounding this game, we have a chance to do something that no team this year has done. And no Miami Dolphins team has done since I was born, since Dan Marino was here, since he's won championships. That's what this team has a chance to do. And we've had guys like Christian Wilkins here, Mike Gesicki here for the dog days, Adam Gase, where you're just schmucks. You're just getting knocked around by every team, winning 5 games a year, winning 8 games a year. Whoa, we won 8 games a year, but we have the 13th overall pick and didn't make the playoffs. That's what we've been. That's what we've been. And by the way, that's the worst place to be as a franchise is middling. You either want to be rebuilding or you want to be competing. Because if you're in the middle, you're doing both. You're not getting high draft picks, and you're losing games. You're not making the playoffs. That was the worst place to be. We were there for so long. However long we were. We're just chilling, just sitting there, not getting better, not getting worse, because you have to get worse to get better. It's horrible. It was a horrible place to be. And look at us now. After one game where a quarterback from Hawaii goes for 6 touchdowns. And look at us. Look at us.
We could go from the worst rebuild of all time to Super Bowl contender in one Sunday. Like, if we beat Buffalo, I don't care that we drafted Noah Igbenogany. I don't care that we took Austin Jackson. I'm not going to say the third one. Like, I screw all that. We drafted Javon, Jalen, you know, and now we're in a position where we're 2-0 and we're at home and we could beat the goddamn Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
You know?
We really could.
By the way,
I mean, it changes everything.
A name that you said that has to step up for us to win this game, Jalen Phillips, dude. Jalen Phillips needs to step up.
He's been MIA.
Because if he can get pressure, by the way, also Manuel, but we did not get any pressure on Lamar Jackson that first half. You need to get pressure, especially on elite quarterbacks, because God knows what they're going to do if they have an empty pocket. You need to get pressure on these guys. Jalen Phillips, I'm talking to you right now. That video isn't looking too great right now, I'll be honest with you. All of us were on the Jalen Phillips hype train. I think a lot of people in camp, we heard things from camp that we've never heard before about he's taking these jumps, about how he's just so good in practice. Dude, you got to translate that to the field. Because, again, imagine this team if we had a TJ Watt talent on defense as an edge rusher, a Joey Bosa, a Nick Bosa, a Myles Garrett. Imagine. We all talked about during the offseason. We did 2-3 streams a week. They know we've said it.
Great.
To be an elite team, you have to have that elite pass rusher. Like, you have to have that. And we need Jalen Phillips to be that guy. Jalen Phillips
hit one chord, bro, and I lose everything.
Yep.
Oh, man. Looking at sleepy smoke up there.
But
Sleepy
to
smoke.
add to your point, Jay, and on the other side of the field, the Bills have Gregory Rousseau. Jalen
Von
Phillips should
Miller.
take a look. I'm saying just Gregory Rousseau individually. Both him and Phillips went to Miami. They were both who's going to get picked first in the draft, who's going to do this. I'm sure that it would feel good to outplay the other guy on the other side of the field. So we need him to go out and do that. And although Phillips hasn't been getting a ton of pressure, but I feel like the work rate has still been there. Like his work rate, we've talked about, Jay, is incredible. Like this guy doesn't stop. His motor's crazy. It's still been there. And I saw a graph today about win rates in the NFL, and his win rate was like rather high compared to a lot of players in the NFL. So I just don't know what's not getting home. I don't know what it is, but I need to see it from Jalen Phillips. I'm so on board with you there. We need a pass rush because if we're just going to let Josh Allen have all day, he's gonna beat Josh Allen. I mean,
and it doesn't
can't
have to
be
be sack
surprised.
Numbers. It does not have to be sack numbers.
Pressures.
It does not have to be sack numbers. It means pressures,
Yeah.
and also just having an impact. You know how much pressure, you know how much impact a player can have by being this far away from a quarterback, not letting him get a full release on his ball. You don't have to get his hand. Like obviously, you want to get your hand on him. You don't even have to do that though. Like being beside him and getting pressure in his face, you have to. So that like Jalen Phillips needs to have a big game, and if he can come out and finally have that breakout game, which we've been wanting. Put him on the map like some of those games he had last year. There's 3 sack games. There's 2 sack games. This would be the perfect time. And I don't want to say, the Dolphins have to have a perfect game to beat the Bills just because that seems like we're so far back. But generally, the Bills are so good that even though we're in like that top 10, top 5 thing right now, the Bills are number 1. And I'll be honest, it's them and there's a gap. There's a gap right now.
Truly.
So the fact
with everyone though, not just us, like the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's what I meant. Yeah, with everyone, it's number 1, and then there's gap. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And wherever you want to put the Dolphins in there. By the way, we are top 10. I saw some people having us outside the top 10. I was like, that's ludicrous.
No, we're definitely top 10 right now.
We're definitely top 10. So
if
we can beat this game, you know what we do for the entire NFL too, which we haven't talked about? We knock the Bills down a peg to our level. We make them come down to our level.
We make them human.
Humble those cocky scumbags.
Humble them.
All they are is scum fucks.
Oh, yo, you want to talk about something because we have to address Perfect Q's comment because he hit the nail on the head. So
crushed it.
The Bills fans are all like, "Oh, the Dolphin fans, they're sipping that Kool-Aid. They're sipping that Kool-Aid, bro. You're sipping Kool-Aid. Your Kool-Aid is laced. You're week 2 and you're Super Bowl champs. You might as well have the parade. You might as well put the banner up in Orchard Park. You're already crowned." You're already crowned. You guys are sipping more Kool-Aid than anyone. And everyone's sipping your Kool-Aid. The only people sipping the Dolphins Kool-Aid is us. Yeah. National media ain't sipping Dolphins Kool-Aid. They're slurping the Bills Kool-Aid. I mean, they're more than a Slurpee on 7-Eleven on 7-Eleven. You ain't even got to pay for it. Just slurping you up. They're slurping you up for free. Talking about we're the ones drinking Kool-Aid. But anyway, Perfect Q. Nail on the head. If we're down 24-7 at halftime like we were last week, we have 0% chance of winning this game. Zero.
Not up.
Zilch. Zero.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does not happen. And realistically, I didn't think it was going to happen last week either. Like at halftime, I waterboarded myself. Okay? The fact that we won that game is the only reason why I have confidence going into this game because I said, wow, the Dolphins – dug deep and they fought back on the road.
Resiliency,
like
compete. Oh my God.
Like instead we threw for 4 touchdowns and won the game. That gave me a little bit of confidence. It did.
Adversity creates opportunity.
Dude, at halftime, all I was thinking is we suck and shit, Buffalo's coming next week. But then we fought back and we won. And now it's different, and it's huge. It's huge for the brand. And this game's gonna be massive, but it can't start down 28-7, brother.
And I agree. McDaniel needs to be on his shit to start this game. I think the play calling for McDaniel and just like the concepts he runs with all the motion and all the getting people open and moving the pocket and all the stuff that he does, we just need to see it a little earlier. We can't wait till we're down 14 points and start breaking it out. Yeah. We need a beautiful script. We need to go down and score on that first drive. I think that's enormous. Going down on that script and scoring drive 1, set the tempo, get in that end zone, calm the nerves, realize you're in this fucking football game. I think that's going to be huge. I mean, he's been so good at calling plays to the fact that they had to ask him in the press conference if he ever played Madden, if he takes his play calling from Madden. That's what this guy's doing, bro. He's finding receivers wide open and scheming his quarterback up to throw for 6 touchdowns. Like, it is legit Madden numbers. So I thought it was a fair question, but I just want to see it earlier. I want to see a first drive touchdown or score at bare minimum. And then from there, keep that foot on the pedal, man. We can't afford some of those lackadaisical drives. Like I said earlier, we can't afford turnovers. Turnovers will kill you every single time. And then from there, if we can do that and start strong, we're going to be in that game from the beginning. It's the slow start, like Smoke said. If we get down like we did at half, this Bills team is too damn good. It's going to be the biggest uphill battle of all time to come back. So it's imperative that we have an early, strong start.
And speaking to that point, penalties and turnovers, that's coaching. That's what that is. That is coaching. And I think we all have confidence in Mike McDaniel.
We got to be more disciplined, though.
Exactly.
We have to be a lot more disciplined. We haven't been that disciplined. I am nervous about that.
Exactly.
My bad.
Dude, no, all good, because you're just adding to my point. We take a holding call on 2nd and 10, bring us back to 2nd and 20.
Kills drives.
That's a drive killer. That is a drive killer. You have to play mistake-free football. I don't need Greg Little holding. I don't need any messed up snaps, Connor Williams. I don't need the defense jumping off sides. I don't need any holding. Like, you have to play a clean game. To be honest, you should prepare more for this game than you've ever had. I think in the locker room, you should be hyped for this game. You should be getting hyped. You should be getting angry. You should be getting ready to go. By the way, I love what I'm hearing from the press conferences. Everyone's talking about how, listen, we loved, I was listening to the ones right after on the Monday or whatever. These guys aren't just happy with the Ravens game. Obviously, they're happy they won, but it's back to business. It's back to focusing on Buffalo, focusing on football, and getting into your grind.
Insider trading. Tua, after the game, he was not excited that he threw 6 touchdowns. He was on Buffalo. He was thinking about Buffalo. From the second that game ended, inside source, his mind was on Buffalo. I'm telling you, this team has this is our Super Bowl. This is our Super Bowl until we make it to the playoffs.
And what did McDaniel say after week 1? Every week the team should be better. The game from last week should not be our best performance. So just keep chugging it along. And Smoke said it earlier, man. Before, you would have your starters play in 2 preseason games. You get gelled out a little more. Everyone feels a little more comfortable. The chemistry's there. You don't have that anymore. You get a half of football maybe, and then it's go time from there. And the Dolphins have done well to do what they've done and put ourselves in this position, because now it's 2-0. And now everything looks a little easier and a little more possible starting 2-0. You go 3-0, it's up from there, bro. It is literally up from there.
Could you imagine if Mike McDaniel is 3-0 and he beat Belichick, Harbaugh, and McDermott?
That's insane.
I would build a statue.
When are we losing? We will end up losing a game. Obviously, probably a game we're supposed to win.
There's a couple trap games, but I mean,
for sure,
dude, our schedule after this game. But here's the thing. If we lose to Buffalo, I love the quick turnaround. Let's get back on the field and whip the Bengals out. I love that.
National
and that
television,
offensive line, they look like shit. Bengals look ass. I'm a lot more comfortable going into that game than I was.
Man. Hey, by the way,
bro, because everyone forgets he had a ruptured appendix, and they just think he's going to walk in and play the same way. I know, and dude, he was out all training camp, all preseason. His first real reps was week 1. Bro, regular season football ain't the preseason, bro. A ruptured appendix is not a joke.
Their offensive line is not only bad. Dude, Joe Burrow is responsible for a lot of these sacks, too. He holds on to the ball for a long time. So Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel, but that's your time to get after. Not trying to skip Buffalo. But I'm just making that comment because I feel like everyone talks about that Bengals offensive line, which is very bad. I'm not trying to say they're not. But Joe Burrow just sits back there. He's just sitting. He doesn't get rid of the ball. He doesn't take, he sits there. And a lot of these sacks, he's actually responsible for because he doesn't get the ball out. Thankfully, and thank God we didn't have that problem, or else our quarterback would be dead. If Joel held the ball too long last year, he would actually be dead. It wouldn't be just broken ribs last year. So thank God for him. But seriously, let's beat the Bills and let's move on, because after that, our schedule is very easy. It starts very hard, as we know. It gets kind of easier down the middle, and then it gets hard again near the end.
Tough.
And
we got the worst last 6 games. LA, no, is it
49ers, Chargers,
Niners, LA, at Buffalo, Packers on Christmas. I like our chances against Green Bay at home on Christmas.
Yeah.
I do.
I kind of
love down here in
schedule.
South Florida, it's going to be 85 still.
Yeah,
still going to be maybe not 85, 75, a little sun. I mean, the weather's not going to be a factor, to be real with you. It's going to be beautiful.
And I like how the schedule's set up, to be honest with you, because we get these first 4 games as a measuring stick, figure out, is this team worth a shit? I think we've answered that question. Yes, this team is worth a shit. This team is good.
We're going to find out this week.
Well, no, I'm saying this right now, I can comfortably say the Dolphins are worth a shit and a good football team.
Yeah, 2-2. 2-2 is huge. 2-2 is already guaranteed.
I say you're an elite football team. From there, you go to the middle of the season. You should stack wins. And then at the end, you want to tune yourself up for the playoffs. You want tough, big games for the playoffs, so you're ready to go. So I love how our schedule's broke. Started 2-0, and now it's Buffalo. It's Buffalo. We have to fucking beat these guys. It's imperative. It's imperative, and it would be so big, man. We've said it too many times.
Here's my biggest nightmare: Greg Rousseau and Von Miller. That's my nightmare. You know,
Edmonds.
That's
Matt Milano, by the way, so
if he
underrated.
Plays Jordan Phillips kills us every year.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like I look, I'm not worried about Tyreek and Waddle going up against their corners. I'm not. Do they have a great safety combo back there? Absolutely. Do I think Micah Hyde's going to play? Probably. Is Poyer going to play? Probably. I love our matchups on their corners. It's going to come down because I love Teron Armstead. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be able to handle Rousseau or Miller, whoever the hell they have lined up on him. I don't care. I think he'll be able to hold his own. He might get beat here and there, whatever. Greg Little, he's going to have to be our MVP if we want to win this game. Man. Liam Eichenberg, he's got to step up. I'm petrified of him. I'm petrified of him and Jordan Phillips going head-to-head all game. Petrified.
And you know what I'm looking at? Mike McDaniel. I need guys chipping. I need Alec Ingold on that side, helping Greg Little out.
We're gonna see a lot of 22, a lot of three tight end sets. I mean,
I want to know if Evans
Gesicki might not play the game, bro.
Gesicki might not play. Hit him, contact. That's true too.
Gesicki might not play
unless we're
going to be out there as a blocker.
It has to be, and I think McDaniel and everyone's smart enough to realize that, like, what Gesicki brings in a pass catching role in this game, we need a blocker. Like, blocking tight end far outweighs whatever Gesicki is going to bring to us, because we got these 2 dogs out there that are going to just run free. You put them off the leash in Tyreek and Waddle, they can do whatever they want to whoever they want at any goddamn time. So I'd rather just Gesicki today. This isn't your game.
Man. This is out of pocket.
56-3.
That's fucking out of pocket. Dan Mitchell, that's out of pocket.
No, 2 years from that.
That's crazy, dog. That's out of pocket. I can't let that slide. That's absolutely disrespectful. 56-3. I mean, you're not playing us on rookie mode in Madden, brother.
That's how serious.
Like, you're not playing. If we put up 3 points on Buffalo, I'll get Josh Allen tattooed on my ass. There ain't no way we're only putting up 3 points, brother. And there's no way you're putting up 56 on my mom. I won't put anything on my mom. I love her too much. But 56-3 is disrespectful. Disrespectful. It ain't happening. I hope they come in. I hope they come in ready to play, because I love being a 7-point underdog. And I love that they sipping on the Kool-Aid. Keep sipping the Kool-Aid, Dan. I love it. Keep sipping it. ESPN, like I said, they're slurping it up. They're slurping it up.
What happened last time?
Don't sip too much in South Beach on Saturday. Because this team's gonna come out. We're gonna smack you in the mouth on Sunday. I'm telling you, this ain't no 2020 bullshit. You close your yearbook. You won the last 7. This is 2022, brother. This is a new football team. You know how Tyreek Hill gets down. You know how Jalen Waddle gets down. You guys are a beast. You're the beast in the East. But don't just think you're gonna come down here and feast, brother. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. Close that yearbook. We ain't scared. We ain't scared.
I mean, Smoke just dropped a bar on us. I couldn't agree more. And I can't wait until you go on that Bill show. You're going to have to send me that link, because I've seen what Smoke looks like when Smoke researches and goes into a debate topic. It's bad news bears. I've been on the other side of him with some golf ones. We do a golf podcast. And when I realize that Smoke starts looking at his laptop and he has like notes typed up, I'm like, oh God, I'm in for a long day defending myself. So Smoke's going to go on there and roast those guys. All you people should go watch that. It's going to be unbelievable. I just can't wait, man. I'm running out of like words and terms to describe how I feel for this game. It's just so fucking massive, dude.
It's the biggest game. It's our Super Bowl until we're in the playoffs.
The biggest game of my life as a Dolphins fan. The biggest game ever.
I think it just sets the precedent. Like, I think it lets us know where we are as a franchise. Like, if they come into South Florida and they whip our ass, we're a fraud football team. We're a fraud football team with playmakers. You know, we're like the Cardinals. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
We would be the Cardinals. Oh, we got Kyler Murray. Oh, we got DeAndre Hopkins. We got Hollywood Brown. We got all these cool guys.
I don't want to
but
be
we can't win.
Yeah.
But we can't win. You want to be the man, you got to beat the man. You want to be the man, you have to beat the man. And it's happening on our turf. 1 o'clock Sunday, bro. 99 degrees, breathing down your neck.
By the way, I'm glad it's a 1 o'clock game for the Heat, but the fact that this isn't a primetime game.
Primetime game?
No,
here's the whole home field advantage out. There's going to be enough Buffalo fans there, at least have the sun beating down on them. Okay?
Yeah,
if
we're on the way. There's no shadows over there.
Yeah.
But by the way, obviously, that's why I like it, the game being at 1 o'clock. But let's say you take that away. The fact that this isn't the primetime game is ridiculous. It's so stupid.
I'm happy, though, it's not. I'm very happy.
No, for sure.
Well, they don't start flexing primetime games until later in the season.
Week 5.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the first 4 weeks are set.
Well, thank God for that, because they would be flexing this game, because this is the matchup of the week by, I think, far. Like, I don't know if there's any matchup even close to this game. Obviously, we're super biased because we're Dolphins fans, but I don't think there's any matchup that's bigger than this one. Isn't there only like 5 2-0 teams left? And these are 2 of the teams.
Yeah,
somebody's always got to go.
The Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and I think the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are undefeated.
Yeah, I think so.
This week, though. But I think that's the 5.
I agree, Smoke. I think the Packers.
Somebody's always got to go. This is like, man. I was going to bring up.
How are you going to stop the Bills' offense? No pass rush, crappy inside linebackers, and a weak secondary. Your secondary is worse. Bills' secondary is way worse than the Miami Dolphins secondary right now.
Yeah, do you have Xavier
I think we have a very solid secondary, and we got great safeties. Okay, like I'm sorry, I know you got Kyer Elam from Florida first round, but your 6th-round draft picked him out, and Dane Jackson, he's not going to play. We want him to play, by the way. Like I'm praying for his speedy recovery. We want you guys at full strength. But tell me how you're going to stop Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. You never have. It's not going to be easy to stop this Bills offense. No one has. We're going to have to get a pass rush. We've had a pass rush before. I've seen it happen. We held the Patriots to just 7 points. I know they're not a dynamic offense. They're nothing like Buffalo. But to say we don't have the ability to get a pass rush going is crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
Because we can bring scheme.
This is not the same Dolphins offensive line. It's not the same. We got an all-pro left tackle now. You're not going up against Jesse Davis, dog. You're not going up against Jesse Davis. This is a football team. This is a football team.
57 minutes in. Obviously, we need to say it. Tua, go and ball out, dude. Go and ball the fuck.
Because we've seen it. That game raised the standard. We all talked about it.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying he needs to throw 6 touchdowns every game. I'm not saying he's got to throw 350, 400 yards every game. He set the standard, though. Big-time game against a big-time quarterback, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, and a pick, and a fumble, that ain't working no more. That ain't working no more. Because you showed us what you did last week. You said, I got Tyreek, I got Jalen, we got me. Those 3, I'm going to win you the game. I'm going to win us the game.
I'll put the team on my back, though.
When special teams sucked, when the defense sucked. Okay, what am I going to do down 35-14? Are we going to quit? No, put the team on the back. Put a team on the back. That's what you did for the first time. Except the Arizona game. You said, we're going to win this game because we have me.
Yep.
And you set the bar. And I expect nothing less anymore. Nothing less. I don't want to play through my defense.
Clean
I want
game,
to play through
no
my
turnovers.
quarterback. I want complimentary football. But if shit goes down, if the defense slips up or special teams slips up, guess who I'm expecting to step up? Tua.
Uno. Big game for Uno, man. It could really be Tua time, bro. He could really shut everyone the hell up and be a national star if he goes out and balls this game, and we're expecting him to. At this point,
not just a star. Oh, a superstar.
He comes out and got a word there.
Superstar.
Dude, he's already on everyone's mind anyway.
Yeah.
Like everyone already talks about him 24/7 anyway.
He was giving us credit.
No one talks about Trevor Lawrence.
Star,
like no one talks about Trevor Lawrence.
Drives me crazy.
He's polarizing.
Number 1 overall pick.
Polarizing. Yeah, he's polarizing. He's a star. If he goes out and he beats his Bills team, especially if he puts on a dramatic performance, superstar. He would be up there with the big boys, not just a star. Sorry, I had to correct you on that one.
No, I respect that. I'm just saying, man, he's got the opportunity. The opportunity is here for the whole team, and they got to grab it by the balls. They got to want it. It seems like they want it. I love everything I'm seeing. This is the most confident I've ever been playing the Buffalo Bills, in the last, 3, 4, 5 years. This is the most confident I've ever felt. So I'm hoping that they don't let me down. That's what I'm scared of. There's so many times with this team, I'll buy so hard in and then just get let down so hard. And I pray that
it
this
seems
is the
like
year,
every year.
game.
Don't
It's
even
been
think
alive.
like that, because guess what? Guess when we were thinking about like that, the halftime. That's when we were thinking about that. This is after that half. This is a new team. So Bobby, don't think like that. Smoke, don't think like that.
It's hard being a fan for this
until
many
they
years.
give me a reason. I know, but until they give me a reason to not expect what I just saw, the resiliency that I just seen, the compete that I've just seen, I will ride and die with this team until they show me a reason to not. Again, even if we lose, if they show heart, if they show us that they won't give up, I am with this team. Obviously, I'm with this team no matter what. Obviously,
of course. I mean, we're born like I'm not going anywhere. Like I say I won't be here, but I'll be here.
However, the false hope, this PTSD that we have in our brains, until this Mike McDaniel led team gives me a reason to not believe in this team, I'll be there forever and ever, because they just showed me last half more resiliency on the Miami Dolphins than I've ever seen in my life. When we have Tannehill, we go down, it's over.
Game over. I mean, even
Flores,
last year.
3rd and long, it's over. We literally heard a coach say that. It's 3rd and long, it's over. So finally, we have a coach who's willing to say 3rd and 13, Tua, dime, Gesicki. Oh, we're down 35-14 at half. Doesn't matter. We won that fucking game.
That's what McDaniel said. Let's run play. Fuck
exactly. Fuck it. Until
that's our mindset.
They give me a reason not to.
Like we have to say fuck you and go out there, leave everything on the field. With that though, we're at the hour mark. I love you guys so much. If you guys blew up the chat. It's honestly amazing that you guys do this. I can't believe this many people watch. I love you guys so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the like button. I literally keep saying it. I love you guys so much. Jay, Bobby, thank you guys for being here. Thank you to everyone. Be here on Friday, 5 p.m.
We're turning up on Friday. We're turning up on
Friday, baby.
Turning up. This was like preview, but Friday is fired up Friday. And I'm telling you, I'm going to run through this damn screen. And then I'm going to be doing a roundtable talk with TD and Dan and all those other guys. A lot of great stuff going on, but the party starts here, 5 p.m. on Friday. Love you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe button. We'll see you on Friday. And
fins up,
baby.
Let's go.